let's return to our top story. America is, of course, voting today. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have wrapped up their campaigns for the White House. Both are urging their supporters to vote, but each is striking a very different tone. Let's take you straight away now to Philadelphia, where Arise international correspondent Adefemi Kingsawyer is waiting to speak to you. Great to see you, Femi. It looks nice and sunny there, which is a jolly good mood, sort of weather to have for an election. Just tell us about where you are and what's happening there.
Thank you, Charles. It is quite a sunny day in Philadelphia, isn't it? It's quite beautiful. We did start our day very early this morning in New York City, and it was quite cold, I have to say, probably because we were on the street around 2 a.m. But the sun has definitely come out here in Philadelphia. It's warm. Everyone seems to be in a good, albeit tense mood. Let me tell you about what's happening. So we are stood outside the Arch Street Presbyterian Church, and not only is it a beautiful edifice, it's also being used as a polling suite today. So you can see many people coming out with their stickers on their chest because they've just casted their ballots and delivered their votes. This is, of course, today is election day. It is the last day for voting in person. So I definitely can see a lot of people making sure that they're exercising their right to vote. So we've been speaking to as many people as we can across the northeast of this country. And the genuine consensus does seem to be that there is a feeling of anxiety, some of angst, of confusion. But that being said, with the people we've spoken to, everyone has given us a clear answer on whether or not they voted, who they're going to vote for, and whether or not they believe the person they voted for is going to win. It's been quite mixed. So if I were to poll it in terms of the people we've spoken to, the vast majority of people say that they are voting for Kamala Harris, but the majority of those people also say that they are unsure that she is going to win. Now, if we take a look over to people who say that they're voting for Trump, they're also very apprehensive about the bottom line, what the final outcome will be, and it's unlikely that we will get an outcome, a final outcome of this election today, clearly because it's only today that mailed-in votes are going to start to be counted, and of course many people are still going to be voting throughout the day. Still very much early in the afternoon here, and polls opened around 6 and 7 a.m. and they will clearly stay open to around 9 p.m. So still a lot of activity that will still take place here in Philadelphia and indeed across the country. But it does seem as though, in as much as there's a lot of anticipation and excitement, there's clearly some angst and anxiety here.
Well, indeed, and that's obviously, as you said, because the race is so tight. But I mean, when we get the result of the election, if Donald Trump loses, do you think he will accept defeat, or is it not in his DNA to do so, or does it matter?
That's a wonderful question, Charles. And honestly, I think with the Donald Trump that he has showed us over the years, I doubt he'd do anything quietly. Whether he wins, I doubt it'd be quiet. And if he loses, I doubt it'd be quiet too. He's already started stoking some feathers in terms of accusing or releasing some form of allegation or accusations of impropriety or irregularities here in Pennsylvania, actually. So I do foresee, if he were not to emerge as winner, I don't think that he would go away quietly. I do think that he is a vocal candidate. He is somebody who speaks with a lot of confidence. Whether or not everything he says is true, he is somebody who doesn't shy away from speaking his mind. So if he does not emerge winner of the election, I can't imagine that it would be a quiet concession. I can't imagine that any phone call to whomever emerges the winner would be quiet. It would be very interesting to see. You know, as you've said already, Charles, it's such a close race. I think that is what has heightened so much anxiety with the people that we've spoken to. Every poll we're seeing in the lead up to today and also thereafter is also talking about how much people don't understand or don't know where this vote is going to go. It's neck and neck in every sense of the word. Here in Pennsylvania, we do know that it is quite significant. Whomever takes this state will likely become president, and that is because of clearly Pennsylvania being so representative of the country, there's so many people here, and also the fact that Electoral College votes 19, the most available of votes in these battleground states are here in Pennsylvania. So that's why you see in the lead up to the election both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump campaigning quite aggressively. Just yesterday we did see Kamala Harris go door to door speaking to people in the last chances she had to appeal to voters directly and get them to come out and cast their votes, hopefully for her. That being said, in other areas of the country, there is some heightened fears that there could be some form of political violence. There is clearly no appetite for any type of unrest, but essentially what we're seeing is more security presence in different areas across the country. In Georgia, for example, journalists have been advised to wear security gear. We are seeing a lot more barricades go up. I mean, this was the site for a huge rally just yesterday. So we are seeing many barricades here in Philadelphia and downtown Philadelphia and otherwise. But as it stands here, it does seem as though things are quite calm. Unlikely that there will be any type of major unrest here. But you can't, of course, speak for the rest of the country, especially in such a closely fought election.
And we thank you very much indeed, Femi, and do stay safe. It's funny that one is saying that about America, but I mean, do stay safe. And I'm sure you're going to be very busy over the next few days. Adefemi Akinsoya is a RISE international correspondent. She was speaking to me on the line there from Philadelphia.